I feel exhausted all over again just watching those last few clips from what was a crazy final game of the 2025 season. You know, the last time I wore this jersey, it was in honor of George Pickens, who wore 14 for the Steelers last year. It does not say Gainwell.
Okay, all right.
It does not say Gainwell.
You're not current then.
2025 team MVP, had one of the touchdowns last night along the way as the Steelers pulled off the 26-24 victory. And update. The Malocchio still works.
I was
doing the double-barreled Malocchio in the direction of the stadium as the field goal was getting ready. The Malocchio still works, so watch out.
Watch out. Already know. I've always been watching out, okay? I mean, and apparently it really works on Ravens kickers because you're 2 for 2 on them, all right? All right? 2 for 2 on them, all right? So
yeah, I'm trying to calibrate it a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to reel it in a little bit.
Sometimes he's got different forces, I guess, huh?
It can be a little stronger. But, yeah, Tyler Loop, watch out, Tyler Loop. You never know what's going to happen next.
Because you were really rooting for the Steelers, or you just wanted to beat me more in the head-to-head pick? What was really the reason for the Malocchio? Were you like, screw Simms, missed the field goal, or were you like, screw the Ravens, come on Steelers? What was it more there?
I always want to be right. You had picked the Ravens, I'd pick the Steelers. I think Coach Dungy and I were the only two from Football Night in America to pick the Steelers, so you always want to be right there. But, look, I mean, you give me a hard time about the Steelers being my second favorite team. I grew up in and around this area my entire life. It just feels better. Everyone's happier. You know, it's a little extension of the holiday season if the Steelers are good. So
yeah, I hear that.
I can't enjoy it directly with a team that finished with a better record than every team in the NFC South but isn't in the playoffs. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Obama. But at the same time, I can enjoy this a little bit vicariously.
Yeah, I hear that. I mean, first off, I think you said it right, and I think it's crazy. Last game of the year, game 272, and I think you could make a case that it was the best game of the year. I mean, really, when you think about everything, it was
come
an
on, man.
exciting game.
Seahawks fans, when you consider the stakes,
yeah, okay. I still think the game, I'd put it up there with the Seahawks Rams. I don't care about always the extra touchdown or two, right? That doesn't dictate how awesome the game is. I think yes, the situation, the importance of the game, maybe being Aaron Rodgers' last game, maybe being Mike Tomlin's last game as the head coach of the Steelers, maybe the John Harbaugh's last game with the Ravens. Oh, there seems to be a weird disconnect with Lamar and the Ravens going into the offseason now. So there is all of that, I think, on top of what we saw a back-and-forth game in the third and fourth quarter that I didn't expect kind of an offensive shootout
not
to
between
break
those
out.
two teams.
Exactly right.
When it was around 13-10, it's like, yeah, this is about right.
This is about right, exactly. Yeah. It sounds like, we're going to go to a 2017 type of finish here, something of that nature, right? That's what you expected. But we saw big plays in the pass game, big plays from Aaron Rodgers in the pass game. I mean, not that they were bombs down the field, but certainly made a lot of plays, and this is why they brought him here to make some of the clutch plays he made in the big moments. And I think last but not least for Aaron Rodgers, and the thing that jumps out to me, Mike, the meticulous management of play after play after play of the football game. I mean, every play is getting the perfect play. Every play. They don't have any explosive offensive playmakers. They got this guy right here who's a hell of a player like you're talking about.
And was the team MVP.
Exactly.
And they still named the team MVP before the final game, which is
a little
ill-advised.
A little odd.
Yeah.
Right. A little odd.
Because I wonder what Aaron Rodgers thought about that.
Yeah. But on top of that, so you don't have DK Metcalf. You don't have explosive playmakers. They come up with every little way to get in the perfect run. Oh, let's get a little short pass here. Let's fake a short pass here and throw a screen here so we can get in 2nd and 6, so then we can get in 3rd and 2, and then we can get another first down. That, to me, is what was just – Rodgers was absolutely on his game at the line of scrimmage, getting them in the right play. And when they were undermanned and early on, of course, Baltimore was all over their stuff on the offensive side of the ball.
No DK Metcalf last night, but Aaron Rodgers – spread the ball around and did what he had to do. I mean, he's a guy who understood the stakes. He's a guy who understood that that may have been it. If they had lost that game last night, it may have been it. And it's one thing to kind of go out in a game that's a slow suffocation and you just know it's not your night, as it felt early when it was 10-0 and it seemed like it was moving in that direction, and it's 10-3 and they blow the opportunity to score any points at the end of the half.
Right.
And it's like, this may not be their night. But then the worms started to turn in the third quarter. And that 26-24, I've been looking at the history of the rivalry. The Steelers won 27-22. It's the fourth straight meeting between the teams where the winner had at least 26 points. But before that, it was all everybody's in the teens for a long time, for like 3-4 years. Everybody's in the teens. I think back to 21 when the Steelers won 20-19. It's everybody in the teens. This is typically a lower scoring series, which I think makes it, you're right, when they do have a shootout kind of break out in the second half.
Right.
It does become exciting. And it really does alter potentially two different franchises. There's not going to be any more talk about firing Mike Tomlin, not that they were going to fire him anyway. I still think this whole Tomlin to TV thing, when it started to
I heard you say it last night.
When it started to come up last week,
right.
It's like, because we have ways of saying things when we know things that send a message that we know more than what we're saying. There were too many people who were kind of doing that last week.
Right.
Hey,
right.
Mike Tomlin to TV. Hey, watch Mike Tomlin to TV. It's like, so I heard something yesterday that was like, yeah.
That could be. Well,
yeah, it could be.
I can understand
now,
that. I mean,
it's going to be his call.
Right.
And I don't know, maybe getting a playoff win or two makes him more likely to say my work here is done. I don't know. I don't know how getting to the playoffs changes the analysis.
Right.
Like if he had lost last night, is that the thing that makes him say, all right, or is he more likely to go now because they're in a position, and who knows, they got the Texans coming to town next week, and someone once said the Texans' defense is good enough to win games all by itself. I can't remember who it was. And they are underdogs by like 3.5 points. But
the Steelers are the underdogs already?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
But, yeah, I mean, if they had lost last night, that's where we would be right now.
Sure.
We'd be what's going to happen with Mike Tomlin. And now, since the Steelers won, they keep going. Rodgers keeps going. And we wonder what's going to happen with John Harbaugh and, in turn, what's going to happen with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
That's
right.
So you're right. It was such a dramatic difference, and the stakes were so high. Saturday night, both teams are in. It's just how high is one of them going to go. Sunday night, and I think this is why the NFL picked Ravens Steelers to end the season.
Yeah.
Sunday night, it's a dramatic difference, and the same consequences for whoever loses, and the same questions for whoever loses.
Exactly.
And you're operating, without a net, and let's go. And it comes down to that last kick. When he hit it, I thought it was good. When he hit it, and, we're so used to seeing those kicks get made now that, it used to be roll the dice when you get a kick between 40 and 50. Is it going to be good? Is it going to veer off? Is it going to Scott Norwood? And it was just amazing. It was amazing when I saw that thing go wide. And I was very happy. It felt good to be happy. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.